friends, this is Barbara from Wigs and Fluff. Now today I have on an Aesthetica wig. This is the Christa in Honey Blonde, Light Ash Blonde, number R16/22. This is one from my personal collection. I really like this Christa wig. It comes down low in the back, and that's important to me because of my low hairline. And I'll show you the back of the Christa. This is what it looks like. It's a beautiful wig. You can see all that pretty honey blonde and the light ash blonde mixed in together. And see how nice and low that comes in the nape? I really, really like that right there. That helps me out quite a bit. I like wearing this wig because of that. The construction is good. It's lightweight, it's comfortable and easy to wear. I've done a full review on the Christa, and I'll leave a link to that full review down below. But today I want to talk to you about something that people have been asking me about, and that is, how in the world do you keep your wig on, especially in difficult weather? So first of all, I want to talk to you that there's lots of products that you can go and get on the internet that will fix that problem for you. Lots of different kinds of products. But the first thing I want to explain to you is that you need to start with a wig that fits. It has to be the right size. I take an average. I'm on the borderline between petite and average. You need a circumference around your head, and I have a video for that teaches you how to get your circumference around your head. It's not hard. You just need a measuring tape. So first of all, you have to figure out what size you are: petite, average, large, somewhere in between. I'm in between. I'm in between a petite and a large. I've tried on petites. I do have petites, and I've tried on larges. I'm in between a petite and an average. I'm sorry. Petite is somewhat small on me. Average feels better, and it feels secure enough for me to wear it. It's a little bit tight, not tight, but a little bit on the bulky side right in here. But that doesn't seem to affect its staying on power. So the first thing, let me take this off, that I would recommend for you is to get your hair together. If you have any bio hair. Now, I have a little bio hair left, but I've got many, many bald spots here, 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 everywhere that I can't wear it out in the public. I just can't. So you can see the bald spots going right here and here. You can see them clearly. So what I do is I put my hair back into a bun, and that really secures it right there. I just wanted to show you that. Another thing that I do that is helpful, I had to grab it, is I use this retinol. I discovered this little trick. It's just plain old $5.99 retinol from Marshall's. $5.99. And this is the kind. It's just any kind. It doesn't matter what kind it is. I liked this one because it has a little pump and it works nicely. But what I do normally is I take a little bit, put it into my hand like that, rub it around, and then if my hair is looking a little slicked down, it's because I've already put this in it. This is the second trick I use. I go all over putting this retinol into my head. Now, that not only conditions my scalp, it does do some good for my poor dry scalp because I have no hair, so sometimes my scalp gets a little dry. Everyone deals with that who's losing their hair because there's nothing to protect it anymore. It's all gone. So that's the second step I use. Now, if you're really wanting to do so, you can get a wig grip. And these are like so. This really works well. I'll leave a link below in the description box where you can find one. You just put it on like so. But if you've got the retinol, none of your bio hairs are really going to stick out that much. They're just not. It's going to help. But you can put this on underneath your wig, and that will help grip your wig. So you can also use It Stays. Now, this is a glue. It's a roll-on adhesive. It's very, very sticky. I've used this before, and the ball is really kind of sticky right now. I don't want to put my hands all over it. But you roll it on the top or in the sides or wherever you feel like it's loose, or all the way around. I used to use it all the way around. But then you do have to do a hair wash because it sticks to your hair. With the retinol that I use, it keeps my bio hairs in place, and it also helps to adhere to the wig. So I don't have to use anything other than just the wig. It works for me wonderfully well. And I don't particularly like wearing wig caps or these hair grips because I get headaches if I do. A tightness on my head is really not good for me. Give me a minute while I fix the Christa. She's a cute little wig. She's a cute little wig. I really like wearing her when I feel like being a blonde. This is a really blonde color. It is a combination of a honey blonde. You can see some at the roots in here, a honey blonde down in here, a honey blonde, and a light ash blonde. So the most important thing when worrying about whether or not your wig is going to go flying off is whether or not it actually fits. So I would go there first. If you cannot figure out what size head that you really are, if you just can't do that, even though you have a wig tape, just a measuring tape, plain old sewing kit measuring tape, to go around the circumference of your head, then go to a wig shop. That's what they're there for. Find a wig shop in your area. Go in and have them measure your head and see what they can do to help you figure out whether you're petite or average or large, or somewhere in between. And they will show you how to use wig grips. Now, all wigs come with wig grips, so you can adjust the size of that wig. You don't have to be just the way it comes. You can make it tighter if you like, or looser. Some of them are Velcro, and others are the bra strap type. So depending upon which kind that they choose to put into the wig. So I really like the Velcro kind. I think that's much more useful. There's a bra strap kind which is adjustable, but I don't like fooling with that. So those are my suggestions. Sometimes it just takes time and experience to get used to wearing a wig. When I first started wearing wigs, when I realized my hair was just not going to hold up and I had to go to something else, it felt like a helmet on my head. And I was really scared that somebody was A, going to know I was wearing a wig, or B, that my wig was going to fall off. So sometimes it just takes a period of time to get used to wearing it. I always encourage people, when you're new to wearing wigs, give it some time. Go to a shopping center that's not near where you normally go, where the people and the sales clerk and your friends around you shop. Don't do that. Go somewhere different where nobody knows you, so that if anything should happen, you won't be so embarrassed. And it's a good thing to do when you're first starting out, so that you can figure out how you look in a wig. How are people perceiving you in a wig? In my own experience, I found out something rather shocking. People really liked me in these wigs. I get more compliments on my wigs than you can imagine. People come up to me and tell me, "You have beautiful hair." They do. So that's my experience. You won't be embarrassed. You won't have people coming up and saying, "Is that a wig?" No, they're not going to be doing that. They're just going to be telling you, "Oh, what a beautiful wig." So you can get products if you like. There's tapes. There's something called It Stays. There's all kinds of other kinds of products on the internet. And I've done videos on those products, and you can see what they're about. But sometimes it just takes time to get used to wearing it. And also test your wig. Test it out in the storms. Test it out in the wind. Go someplace around your house where there isn't going to be anybody around and just test it and see what happens. See what happens. Does it fall off in the wind? Do you need something more secure? Do you need a wig grip? Then wear one. Do you need to glue it down? Then get it. It Stays will work for you. But experiment, test, test, test. Go out in the rain and see what happens to your wig in the rain. Most synthetic wigs will hold up really well. Human hair wigs, not so much. It's like regular hair, they'll frizz. But in my experience, synthetic wigs do really well in weather. They don't come off and they don't frizz in the rain. That you will find that everything will be fine. You'll look a whole lot better to other people wearing your synthetic wig than others. So everybody else's hair might be frizzing that day, and you're going to come in with a really nice hairdo. So that's what I would do. Test, 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 and see in different conditions what the wig does so that you know what you need. And in the end, it really comes down to daily wig wearing. If you're new to wigs, it's just a daily thing until you get all over that helmet feeling. Because when you first start out, it does feel like a helmet. It might be uncomfortable. It might start to itch, but over time, you get used to it. And you build up your confidence. Your confidence is going to come. So really, the wig is not going to fly off. It just isn't. I've never had one fly off. Even in high wind, it stays put. The little bun at the back that I use is one of my tricks. The other thing that I use is retinol. Really helps with those little baby hairs and hairline hairs and things. I always do that retinol all the way around, and that keeps those baby hairs from coming out. So, and it helps with the wig grip too. I really feel like it does help to adhere the wig on my head. Sometimes I feel like it is sticking because of the retinol, but it's just a little trick I use. Not many people know about it. It's just something that I do, and any kind of retinol will do, not just, this is Nature Love, and it's got a nice little pump at the top, and I just use that because of it. But it's $5.99 at Marshall's. I go to Marshall's, got one close to me. I go into that beauty counter where they have all the facial beauty products, and I look for the $5.99 retinol, and that's what I use. There's all kinds of different ones. So just pick one, and that it will help. And the thing about the retinol is at the end of the day, when you do take, just reaching for my comb, when you do take your wig off, this is my bio comb, so you can comb through your bio hair and it's gone. It doesn't leave a residue like many of the gels and stuff that you buy off the store shelves. I don't like the gel in my hair because it leaves something there. And I feel like I can go and use this product for several days and it'll be fine. It nourishes my scalp because it's got retinol. Retinol is good for skin. Scalp is skin. So that's what I do. I use it for baby hairs to keep the baby hairs up. And secondly, it does work as an adhesive to help keep this wig on. So those are some of my tricks. Those are some of my recommendations. You can glue it on if you want to. You can wear a wig grip if you want to. These are the basic tools, and see if that will help you. To review, find your right fit. It's real important to know what size you are. Are you in between like me? I'm 21¼ inch in circumference. So that puts me in between petite and average. So I like the average. I like the bigger. I go toward the bigger because it's more comfortable. The petite tends to go like this on me and wants to ride up. The average will stay put. So number 1, find your right fit. Number 2, try my bun method. If you've got some bio hair, that's good. To put it into a bun, and even if it's the tiniest bun like mine, mine's just a tiny bun. I've got bald spots all over, so, put it into the bun, and it will help to anchor that wig. And try my retinol secret and see if it works for you. It'll be good for your scalp, your balding scalp. If you have a scalp like mine that's losing hair fast, this is good for it. Retinol is good for skin. So those are some tricks. Experiment. Try your wig out in the wind, a high wind. Try it out in front of a fan. Try it outside in the rain and see what happens. Take time to adjust to wearing a wig. Just take time and give it some time. Now I want to talk to you about something else. I want to talk to you about power for your life. You don't get strong by facing easiest of circumstances. If we all had an easy life, we wouldn't be able to stand during the storms in our life, would we? If everything is always easy, you'll never get strong spiritually. You'll never be able to go through the difficult times. Pain avoidance and stress avoidance just sets you up for weakness. And you don't want to be weak as a Christian. You don't want to be weak as a believer. You want to be strong and able to endure the storms. 2 Corinthians 12, 9 through 11 says that when I am weak, He is strong. His power is sufficient for all of our difficulties. Jesus is the source of our strength. He is our power to overcome and walk through our difficult, toughest challenges. So trust Him today for strength and power. Now I want to say one more thing. And this happens to be about evil and darkness. There are sometimes people who are pagan and who are practicing witchcraft. If you're one of those people, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to a video of a former witch and why she got out. And it's real important to understand what you're dealing with if you're in the pagan belief. It's powers that you have no idea about that you're playing with. So trust God. Put your faith in the Lord instead. Today is Sunday. It's church day. I'm going to church. And I hope to see you there at Free Chapel in Gainesville. That's where I go. So that's my story for today. This is the Christa wig in honey blonde with light ash blonde. And I'll leave a link in my total review, my in-depth review below. So I'll see you later. Bye.